This is the story of Anno's Mysterious Multiplying Jar by Masaichiro and Mitsumasa Anno. This is a shortened version of that story. You will also see a video which has poor quality, but
Annos,
please pay attention and read the words and listen to the story. This is a story about one jar and what was inside it.
This story is about one jar.
There was water
inside it.
in the jar. It seemed as though a bit of wind was blowing inside the jar. The water was rippling. The rippling water became a wide, deep sea. On the sea was one island. On the island, there were two countries. Within each country, there were three mountains. On each mountain, there were four walled kingdoms. Within each walled kingdom, there were five villages. In each village, there were six houses. In each house, there were seven rooms. In each room, there were eight cupboards. Within each cupboard, there were nine boxes. And within each box, there were 10 jars. Within each box, there were 10 jars. But how many jars were in all the boxes together? The answer is surprising. There were 10 jars. But 10 does not mean just 10 jars. 10 means 10 factorial, or 3,628,800. How did there come to be so many jars? Let us see. When you multiply 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, you get 3,628,800. It's hard to think about a number as big as this. Inside the mysterious jar in the story, there were some things arranged in an order of a mathematical pattern. First, there was water, and a ship, and a little imagination. But these were not part of the pattern. The pattern begins with the island, which is also inside the jar. Here is a list of the factorials in the story. So we start off with 1 factorial, but no one would ever write it that way. We would just say 1 for one island. And then for that island, there were 2 countries. Again, we would probably just write 2, because we could easily count the countries. For the next one, however, it said for each of those 2 countries, there are 3 mountains. So to figure out the total number of mountains, we would say 1 times 2 times 3. Because for the island, there were 2 countries. For each of those countries, there were 3 mountains. So that's a total of 2 times 3 is 6 mountains. And then for the walled kingdoms, we know for each of the mountains, there are 4 walled kingdoms. There were 6 mountains, which was just 3 factorial. So 4 times the 3 factorial gets us 4 times 6, or 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 24. 24 walled kingdoms. And you can keep doing this arithmetic until you get all the way to the jars. We know there are 10 jars for each of the 9 boxes, and 9 boxes for each of the 8 cupboards, and 8 cupboards for each of the 7 rooms, and etc. So we have 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 times 7 times 8 times 9 times 10, which gets us 3,628,800 jars. So 10 factorial, which usually we write it the other way, going backwards. 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 gets us 3,628,800 jars. So that is your quick lesson, or not so quick lesson, on what factorials are.